Log on, tune in, find out. Another good idea from Cambridge.
To John Tolland and also the whole of the Isaac Newton Institute for inviting us, for welcoming us here. I hope we're going to have a great week. The workshop is co-organised by Nigel and I, and Nigel will jump up in a minute and say a few things as well. I'm not quite sure how this workshop came about, but I made a grant proposal saying that I would organise one, and I think eCrypt decided it was a good idea to have one too. So we decided to put it on, and we were very surprised actually to get 100 people, more than 100 people, registering for this thing. We thought maybe we'd get 30 or 40 people. So it seems like there's a real demand for this kind of activity in the cryptography area. So we're delighted to have everybody here, especially in such a cold, damp, kind of flat bit of the country. It's quite an achievement to get everybody here. So I want to say a few words about the spirit of this workshop. We really have got people from really different communities here, from the industry, from academia, from different aspects of academia too, from really the theoretical end of academia, right through to people who write code and break systems. And when you have these different communities coming together, there's always a possibility of misunderstanding and tension and so on. And what I really want to emphasize is that the spirit of this workshop is meant to be a place where everybody can openly discuss their ideas. These ideas can be questioned, of course. That's in the spirit of scientific discourse. But really, I want to maintain this kind of atmosphere of open and respectful discussion around some of the issues that we're going to be talking about this week. I'd also remind some of the people in the academic community, all the people in the academic community, that we have some industry speakers here, and they will be able to say a certain amount about, for example, operational matters that they're engaged with. But they won't be able to tell you absolutely everything that you might want to know. So please respect it when a speaker says, "I'm sorry, I can't tell you more about that right now." There will be good reasons for that. Another point about the spirit of this workshop, you all have your laptops. I mean, who's got a laptop here? Hands up. Almost everybody, right? You're not here to read your email.
Yes, we are.
Well, hi Dan, good to see you. Dan is here to read his email. But I suggest that you're really here to listen, to learn, to interact, to be amused, to be entertained, and to have an opportunity to talk to people about the research that they're doing. So by all means, check your email while you're in the room, but please try to limit it as much as you can. Try to be here and be aware and be interactive with what's going on. It was mentioned that all the talks will be recorded. Perhaps I'm being recorded and streamed now to the world. I doubt anybody's watching me, but my mom is watching. I don't know. Some of our speakers have already said they would rather not be recorded. If there's any other speakers who would rather not be recorded, please let us know right away. There's a man hiding in the back there behind that kind of birchwood area called Steve, who's looking after all of the audiovisuals. There his hand. He's looking after all the AV stuff for us, so grab Steve by the hand at the coffee break if you do not want to be recorded. Give him some notice of that. Nigel and I have been in discussion with the Journal of Computer Security, JCS, about having a special issue reflecting the papers and the talks presented at this workshop. Negotiations are still ongoing. I think that's probably the best way to say it. We had hoped to make an announcement to say we're going to have a special issue, but we haven't quite got that far yet in the discussions. They're not very good at replying to email. So we may give up on JCS and go to the Journal of Cryptology. Let's see how that works out. But we'll let you know more about that when we can. That would be open to the speakers, but also to non-speakers. If you're a non-speaker at this event, but you have a research paper that you're really excited about that fits with the theme of the workshop, please come talk to me, Nigel. Let us know about it, and we can talk more. There's a dinner tomorrow night at Emmanuel College, which is in the heart of downtown Cambridge, somewhere. I'm sure we'll probably have some kind of walking party to get there. I think it's at 7:30, so there's plenty of time between the end of the last talk and the dinner to find it or get lost in the centre of Cambridge. What else did I want to mention? On Thursday afternoon, the closing session is going to be a panel discussion. Nigel and I have no idea what that is yet, and we're very open to your suggestions for how we should spend that time. So if there's particular topics that you think should be discussed at the panel session, particular people you'd like to be on the panel, please come and talk to Nigel or to me, and we'll bring all of that together and try to put on some kind of interesting event to keep you all here till the bitter end of the workshop. Of course, many of you will probably have to go and catch flights and what have you. I think that was everything that I wanted to say. Nigel, I think you've got a few things also to mention.
So the most important thing is to do some really, really good stuff in the speakers. One of the first of the programs at Newton Institute in this room, Andrew Wiles announced his proof of Fermat's last theorem. So we're really looking for that moment where he turns around and goes, "I think I'll stop there." Which is the famous quote at the end of the lecture. The other thing is that the break, which is getting later and later, we're going to have a photo of everybody outside. So at the end of the first session, we can show that way to have a photograph taken. That's not individually, that's as a group, so you can hide behind the tallest person. And there's some Eurocrypt last year books outside. If you want one of those, give us 20 quid and you can take one, because we want to get rid of them.
Arthur Daly.
Yeah, a bit like a used car salesman. And the other thing is I'm running Eurocrypt here. If you want a stipend and you're a student, not some faculty member trying it on, if you are a student and you want a stipend to pay your registration, we have a handful left. Please email me as soon as possible because they're going like hotcakes. But there we go, that's it, and over to the main programme.
Okay, so any questions before we move on about any of the